Hey guys, it's the Crafty Missy here. Today I have a paper craft to show you. This is a box picture book from Canon's Creative Park. Now Canon's Creative Park is a website that is free for everyone and it's full of printable toys and games. They are really high quality games and printables, so definitely check them out. I'll put the address in the bottom bar. I have printed out and assembled this particular box picture book, for they have several, and this one is the tortoise and the hare. This story comes with the set, and as you can see it's a pretty short story, but you can always make it longer. You can tell your own story. This is just for reference. Now the way that this works is that you have like this theater part that you can see back here, and then you have these various little figures that you use to play the story. These figures are always two-sided, so if you look at the hare here, now if I turn him around you can see there's a different face there. So each and every one of these little figures has two faces, and you can turn them all around. For example, here you can see we have a start and we have a go. So yeah, definitely really nice, so that you can use one little figure for like two parts of the story. Now I'll move these out of the way now, and I'll talk a little bit about this theater itself. Now the way it works is it's like a box, and you can close this box. You can close this box and you can put all these figures inside, so you can easily take this wherever you want to. And then you can open it like a little theater when you start playing out the story. Now up here you can see these little tabs, and there are 5 of them in this particular theater. They vary a little depending on the story. And you can also see the same numbers on this sheet that has the story. The way this works is, first, when you read out or act out number 1 here, you should have set number 1 showing on your theater. When you are ready to move on to part 2, you will pull up this set number 1, and you will have set number 2, which will fit that part of the story. So that's how it works. And I think that these sets here, I'll call them sets now, these are really super high quality. I love these graphics. They are so great, so beautiful. So definitely worth checking these out. And like I said, I really love this, and I think these are great toys for kids. You know, these really spark imagination, and they are great, you know, also to spark love of literature and stories into your kids. These can be used in school. I'm definitely going to use mine in my teaching. I'm teaching English as a foreign language, so I will probably have a lot of use for these, and it's good for me that these stories are so simplified so that my students can understand them. But I also have a few little criticisms about this, and those criticisms have to do with the design of this. Now, for example, these figures, these are, in my opinion, not very easy to put together. And also, it's hard to put them together so that they would be very neat. As you can see here, it's almost impossible to put them together so that none of the white paper from the inside would not show. So that's one of my criticisms. Also, they are rounded at the bottom. Now, they do give you this piece of paper that you can use like as a weight inside of these, but it doesn't really prevent these from easily falling over. So I would have preferred these to be flat at the bottom. That way even kids could easily handle these and not always have them fall around. So that's my criticism in regards to these figures. I'll show you briefly from the PDF, that is the instructions, in how you actually put these together. As you can see, there are these, here's one of these figures cut out. It's flat, and as you can see, there are lots and lots of little flaps here. And what you have to do is you have to bend the flaps inwards, and then you need to glue every single of these flaps onto this bigger part. That's not easy. Not easy at all. It was very hard for me. I did it with glue and I did it with double-sided tape, and both types were very difficult to do. So yeah, that's it about the figures. But then a few words about this theater itself. Now, I did this particular theater without using any glue. I used only double-sided tape because my first theater that I made with glue, it does not even close. You know, these boxes do not close because it's so bent. Now, with this particular theater, as you can see here, this is a little raised, this flap here, which means that this part is a little bit too wide in order to fit inside this box. And I tried to be very, very careful when I made this, but obviously you have to be like super, super careful if you want this to be like perfect and very, very neat and without any problems. But I don't really have any other problems with my theater except these flaps being a little uneven because of the width of this part. And also this part that is a little flimsy, as you can see. I did this, I made this with paper that is sturdier than regular printing paper. So this should be, you know, it should be pretty sturdy, but it's just not. So yeah, I'll show you briefly the other theater that I have made. So this is Tortoise and the Hare. And here is Cinderella. As you can see, it won't close more than this, and this is done with glue. So hard to pull it apart, but I'm still going to use this, you know. Whoops, let me see if I can even get this apart. There we go. I don't have any figures for this now. The figures are on paper still. I made one set, but I kind of ruined them, so I want to make other ones. But the sets for this are amazing as well, as you can see. So I just really, really love this. So really nice scenes, like there's a, you know, the ballroom where she meets the prince and all stuff like that. And this one also has a tab for the story. I don't know why the Tortoise and the Hare didn't. The story was a separate piece, but in here it has its own tab, which is awesome, I think. And this also has 6 tabs. But yeah, this is the theater for Cinderella. And I have the figures for Cinderella. I have them here. You can see them. They are uncut. Here they are. Here's a clock. It has 2 times. And then I think that's the fairy godmother, and that's like the stepmother. I think this is the stepsister. Another stepsister here. Both in their everyday clothes and their fine clothes for the ball. And then here is Cinderella and the prince. That's Cinderella, I think, and in her fine suit. And this is the prince. So yeah, I need to cut those out. And here you can see the little flaps pretty well. But all in all, I think these are just amazing crafts that you can do, and I love making these. And I'll show you Cannon's Creative Park very quickly here at the end. So this is the website. I have it open there now, and as you can see here, On the side, here are the categories. There are animals, craft town, that's buildings, lucky items, architecture, more buildings, science, vehicles, toys, and parties and events. This one also has holiday decorations. And as you can see, there are like 10 pages of these toys, and they are just awesome. Like, look at this. This is a merry-go-round. Super cute. Here is like a castle. Here's a pop-up ABC alphabet for your kids. Looks super cute, that one as well. And here is the castle of Snow White. And here is even like a maze game, 3D maze. Just awesome, really, really wonderful. And there are so many of these here. But as you can see, these are not for very small kids. So keep that in mind. But have a nice trip checking out this site, and I hope you print out something and you find something nice there. Let me know what you think about the website, and if you printed out anything and what you did with it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.